The fuel price at the pump is something you can't control, but how often you have to pull up to that pump is entirely in your hands. In my 23 years as a mechanic, I've seen two identical trucks come into my shop. Same engine, same year, same weight. One owner averages 15 miles per gallon, while the other consistently hits 22. The difference isn't a magic fuel additive or a secret engine chip. It's a set of cultural and mechanical habits deeply rooted in Japanese automotive philosophy, a mindset that prioritizes precision, efficiency, and the elimination of muda, or waste. Today, I'm going to show you the 7 Japanese habits that can effectively cut your fuel bill in half. Habit 1. Eliminate muda. In Japanese manufacturing, the term muda refers to any activity that consumes resources without adding value. For a truck owner, the most common form of muda is carrying unnecessary weight. Most truck owners treat their beds like a permanent storage unit. I see trucks coming into the shop with 300 pounds of old lumber, heavy toolboxes they haven't opened in 6 months, and bags of concrete mix that have turned into rocks. Every extra 100 pounds you haul reduces your fuel economy by roughly 2%. It doesn't sound like much until you realize that extra weight forces your transmission to stay in lower gears longer. Start by auditing your truck. If you don't need it for today's job, take it out. A lean truck is a fuel-efficient truck. When you eliminate the waste, you stop paying a tax on gravity every time you accelerate. Habit 2. The 5-second acceleration rule. Japanese driving schools teach a concept of gentle starts that can save up to 10% on your total fuel consumption. Imagine there's a glass of water on your dashboard. When the light turns green, your goal isn't to beat the guy next to you, it's to prevent that water from spilling. Specifically, you want to take about 5 seconds to reach 20 kilometers per hour, or roughly 12 miles per hour. This isn't about being slow. It's about staying in the engine's most efficient power band, while the transmission shifts through its lowest, most fuel-intensive gears. Rapid acceleration throws raw fuel into the cylinders that isn't even fully burned before it's pushed out of the exhaust. By smoothing out that first 5-second window, you're allowing the engine's computer to find the perfect air-fuel ratio, keeping your money in the tank instead of blowing it out the tailpipe. Habit 3. Harnessing momentum. In Japan, drivers are masters of anticipatory driving. They don't look at the car directly in front of them, they look 3 or 4 cars ahead. The most expensive thing you can do in a truck is go from a dead stop back up to cruising speed. Every time you slam on the brakes because you didn't see a red light coming, you're throwing away all the kinetic energy you just paid for in gasoline. Professional Japanese drivers practice coasting toward a stop far earlier than Western drivers. If you see a red light or a slowing line of traffic half a mile away, take your foot off the gas immediately. Let the truck's massive weight work for you. By the time you reach the light, it might have turned green, allowing you to accelerate from 15 miles per hour instead of 0. This single habit of preserving momentum can reduce your brake wear and fuel consumption simultaneously. Habit 4. The tire pressure. Precision. Japanese maintenance culture is obsessed with pressure. In my shop, I've noticed that 7 out of 10 trucks are running on underinflated tires. When a tire's even 5 psi low, its rolling resistance increases significantly. Think of it like trying to ride a bicycle with soft tires. You have to pedal much harder just to maintain speed. Your truck's engine is doing that same extra work every second you're on the road. Check your tire pressure every single time you fill up with gas. not once a month, every time you fill up. Keep them at the exact specification listed on your door jamb, or even 2 psi higher if you are carrying a load. This doesn't just save fuel, it keeps the tire footprint perfectly flat, preventing the edges from wearing out prematurely. It is the cheapest performance upgrade you will ever find. Habit 5. Respect the cold start. There's a habit in many cold weather regions to let a truck warm up for 10 or 15 minutes while it idles in the driveway. From a mechanical perspective, this is pure waste. A modern fuel-injected engine warms up much more efficiently and safely while it is being driven gently. The Japanese habit is to start the engine, wait about 30 seconds for the oil to circulate to the top of the head, and then drive away slowly. Idling gets you 0 miles per gallon, and it actually thins out your oil over time by allowing unburned fuel to seep past the piston rings. By driving immediately, but keeping your RPMs low until the needle moves, you reach operating temperature faster, which is when the engine's closed-loop system begins optimizing fuel efficiency. Stop idling your money away. Habit 6. Aerodynamic discipline. At highway speeds, over half of your fuel is spent simply pushing air out of the way. Trucks are essentially bricks moving through the wind, and Japanese drivers are very conscious of how they disrupt that airflow. If you have a roof rack you aren't using, take it off. If you leave your tailgate down thinking it saves fuel, stop. NASA and numerous tests have proven that the vortex created with the tailgate up actually cushions the airflow. If you really want to see a difference, invest in a simple, flat tonneau cover. By smoothing out the air as it passes over the bed, you decrease drag enough to see a direct 5 to 10% improvement in highway mileage. It's a one-time purchase that pays for itself within a year of driving. Habit 7. Kaizen maintenance. The final habit is Kaizen, or continuous improvement. In Japan, maintenance isn't something you do when the truck breaks. It's a ritual to ensure it never does. A dirty air filter or an old spark plug might not trigger a check engine light, but it will cause the computer to compensate by dumping more fuel into the engine to maintain power. In my 23 years, I've seen lazy maintenance kill more fuel budgets than high gas prices ever did. A clean air filter, fresh synthetic oil of the correct viscosity, and high-quality spark plugs ensure that every drop of fuel is converted into motion, not heat or soot. Keep a simple maintenance log and consider a basic fuel economy app on your phone. Tracking your MPG and drive patterns gives you feedback so you can fine-tune habits. When you treat your truck with respect, it rewards you at the pump.